Hola!
Bonjour.
Guten Tag. I don't.
Konnichiwa.
I wish I knew some Klingon. Anyway, this is H-Bomb and Friends, number 47.
Episode 47. I wish I knew some Klingon.
Okay, put it on the list. Yeah, the in tribute to AJ Allmendinger, we have also been eliminated from the chase from the cup.
Left turns. Left turns intensify.
Yeah, that was Allmendinger's problem. His only win was on a road course.
he can turn right, but he can't turn left. Jeez, this is title ideas are coming out right off the bat here.
Okay, keep writing them down. Okay. What's up?
Wizard!
Oh, I forgot to introduce everybody. I'm Harold, aka the H Bomb, and Google is working right now. And joining me in Canada, it's Adam.
It's not like it's anything new anyway.
Yeah. So Adam, what's going on?
Oh,
Changing it up a
please.
bit.
So,
Yeah, Evan Wall isn't even here.
jeez. So,
Okay.
I actually have
So
Danganronpa 2 on my list here, but I actually haven't played any of that this week, and it's because it's the beginning of a
you look
spate
a lot
of
like Christmas.
yeah. Well, this is not as bad as my November, but
Be gone to November, be gone to November.
especially if that November 21st Smash Wii U date holds up.
In other
But
related news, Billy Joe Armstrong, you can wake up now.
anyways, so I started this recent spate with some Hyrule Warriors, which I've enjoyed.
And
It's a
I
very
don't give a shit. Seriously, I
it's
mean,
a
I tried one of those Dynasty Warriors games demo on Vita, and it's not my bag. Not to
well,
mention that Zelda itself on consoles had become not my bag.
was it eight? Because it's weird because there's only two Dynasty Warrior games on the Vita. One has
Uh,
Next. One is Next, which
it
has
was
all
the
this
one that
crappy
was
touchscreen.
available at launch.
Yeah, so Dynasty Warriors Next has all that crappy touchscreen mini
Yeah.
games, which is just ridiculous. And Dynasty Warriors 8 suffers from technical issues across all platforms.
Excuse me.
That kind of
Hello, I'm
sums up how
TPD.
Dynasty
This is the
Warriors 8 runs on the Vita.
cast.
But Hyrule Warriors is a nice little mashup between Zelda and Dynasty Warriors, and it's not just Dynasty Warriors with the Zelda theme. They've actually brought in some Zelda elements as well. Otherwise, it plays like a Dynasty Warriors
Yeah,
game.
I saw that they brought in some for some of the menus, maps, whatever. They brought in some old school Zelda elements.
Yes, and I see adventure mode is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Except when you realize, oh, I didn't kill enough people for an A rank. Because it wants you to kill 3,000 people. And then when you finally do kill 3,000, it's like, oh, I didn't do it fast enough for an A rank. But once you get it down pat, there's some pretty intricate stuff. And the way adventure mode works, some of them are some of the map squares are full on battles, where some of them are kind of like mini games, like defeat 10 oh what's what defeat 10 captains, which are like generals,
Yeah.
except you can kill them in one hit and they can kill you in one hit. So it's fun little things like that too. And one other thing they added into the it's like added into fights as well as the ability to acquire and use Zelda themed items like the bomb, the boomerang, and so on. And those help during various parts of each battle too, and especially so when you reach a boss too, as you As they all have like traditional weak points, like the Dodongo, you can throw bombs in their mouth, or the Goma, you can shoot in the eye with an arrow and it'll automatically knock them down and allow you to, yeah, and allow you to get a weak point smash on them, which is actually how you're going to deal the most damage compared to their special attack, which is the equivalent to a Muso attack in Dynasty Warriors, and so on. But otherwise, the thing is, of course, a lot of people who played this, if you Hyrule Warriors caters more to the Dynasty, seems to cater more to the Dynasty Warriors fans than it does the Zelda fans. It in the end, it essentially is Dynasty Warriors with a Zelda theme to it and some Zelda elements, but they didn't really. There's nothing really different about it, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like it.
Okay.
And of course, Forza Horizon 2 came out yesterday as well.
How
I've
is
been
it?
playing a lot of that. It's crazy. It's just as good as the first one, if not better. I haven't gotten very far yet. Just the oodles and oodles of content. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm about almost halfway through the kind of the main campaign where you're trying to get into the finale and win the Horizon Championship, and I've only maybe touched about 5% of the game. So they weren't lying about the amount of content, that's for sure. Where a lot of reviewers are going through the game, and by the time they reach the end, they had only touched about 15% of the game. So there's really a lot to do there. And I think on top of it, they've brought over a whole bunch of things that they added from Horizon over time from Horizon 1,
I
like
need to play Horizon 1.
yeah,
As I said, I have it, I just haven't played it.
like the challenges they added for each car in Horizon 1 that they added about a year after they launched the game. Kind of has its own instead of that, you kind of have your own bucket list where you're trying to like
Yeah.
trying to beat a certain or register a certain speed on a speed trap with a really fast car, but you're on a windy road.
Yeah.
So how do you? But it's fun things like that. I hadn't dipped so much of the online because they've been having problems the first couple of days. And actually, maybe that's something to maybe that's a gripe of mine too. It's like with so many games having launch day problems, how do we not learn from this? But that's a topic for another day. Horizon 2 is awesome. Um, I still kind of struggle to find find a good way to describe the Horizon spin-offs for the Forza franchise. How you take a
Is it
racing game.
anything like Burnout Paradise or the um, the Criterion Need for Speeds?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except without the crazy crash cabs and the cops chasing you.
I can get into that. And actually, I don't think there are any cops chasing you in Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, and I know,
Then again,
and
it's been
the
a while since I've
Xbox One
played that.
version the Xbox version of the game looks beautiful. It's like, and of course you have the people complaining about it being 30 FPS. Go fly a kite. Go fly a kite, guys. First of all, it's a racing game. It's fast paced. It's a lot harder to achieve 60 frames per second when you're going 300k down a highway. Second of all, who cares? Just play the game. Eat your hamburgers, Apollo.
What was that?
It's a random side joke that a lot of people won't get.
Okay. Including me. Okay.
And of course, Theatrhythm Final Fantasy Curtain
Yeah.
Call.
Well, going back to Forza for a second. Now, Aaron from Game Enthuse, he and I were talking about the Xbox One and he's saying that I should get one, and of course John Anderson, who also thinks I have a shitty taste in games, Also thinks I need to get one. And you know what? I am kind of leaning. I mean, I think Forza Horizon 2 just might be another game to play on the Xbox.
Because you've got Horizon.
Of course,
give that a shot first.
Yeah.
I just keep hearing though the 360 version of Horizon 2 just looks terrible.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a 360 version of Horizon 2.
There is, and as I said again, they say it looks pretty bad. It looks very unrent. It looks kind of like they forgot to render some of the scenery, from what I've seen. So obviously the Xbone version is going to be the definitive version there. Okay, so
Theater of the Final Fantasy Curtain Call. We both played, and you finished?
"Quote unquote" finished it. Because there really isn't an end to the game. There isn't really an end to the game, but there is a point where you earn enough rhythmia where you trigger a battle against Chaos with a very easy song.
Yeah, the original Theater Rhythm had something similar, I believe.
Yeah, it's like, so you easily complete the song. You beat him on the last note. Credits roll. So whatever game is but otherwise, I hadn't been playing it much lately because Hyrule Warriors and Forza Horizon 2. But it provides just much fun. There's so much more content in Curtain Call as compared to
that is crazy. I mean,
and the addition of like online verses just extends it even more. Because I'll just go in there, go Ultimate no EX, and I'll just say bring it on. I've actually got a pretty good record for what I have played.
I mean, I'm swapping out my various characters, and I've got quite a bit. DLC last week, last Thursday, was Rosa from Final Fantasy IV. And you know how I love my Final Fantasy IV.
It's only been remade 20,000 times.
Yeah.
But 4 is awesome still.
I played the original.
I personally like 6 more.
I guess it's just a perspective. I didn't have 6 myself. My friend John had it, not Anderson. He brought it over a few times, and I did pick it up on GBA, as well as 5 and 1 and 2, and 4 for that matter. And I don't think I've finished any of them. I think 4 I probably got the deepest on because it's 4. But yeah, I guess I just need to play more Final Fantasy. Who knows? Maybe for Extra Life, I should just play Final Fantasy.
So you would get so much salt from that probably. You know how today's generation feels about JRPGs.
Yeah. Well, fuck them.
Wow. That was straight to the point.
I mean, I love me a good old school JRPG like a Final Fantasy or a Dragon Quest. A good Final Fantasy.
But otherwise that's it for me. Curtain Call, Hyrule Warriors, Forza Horizon 2. We'll see how long those last because Smash is almost here.
Yeah, more on that in a bit. Disney Infinity 2.0, still playing that. Got some more. I think when we record... Gotta buy go on! When we recorded last week, my starter pack had arrived, but my Spider-Man stuff did not. But so I got the Spider-Man pack, the Spider-Man playset. I haven't gotten too far into Infinity since last week. I played a little bit on Sunday, and then I got interrupted. But there were some sales this past weekend. Toys R Us had a 3 for $33 sale, so about $11 each. So I picked up, and that just arrived today. Captain America, Nick Fury, and Rocket Raccoon. And Target had a buy two get one free sale, even better. So I picked up.
Target's electronic sales are so much better than the U.S. I keep looking at my flyer. I keep looking at what's coming up, and I'm like, oh, why can't we get a good electronic sale on?
But I actually went ahead and ordered 6 different figures,
Jeez.
including pre-ordering the Hulk. I would have made a little bit more and pre-ordered some of the Disney stuff, but that wasn't available. Well, at least not on sale.
You've got to really buy it, folks.
Yeah, but yeah. Besides the Hulk pre-order, pretty much everything else except the Guardians of the Galaxy playset. I pre-ordered Groot, Drax, Iron Fist, Venom, Hawkeye, and of course I mentioned Hulk. So yeah, my collection's in good shape. I wish I could find the 2 I'm missing from my Infinity One collection. Vanellope and I have Vanellope. Violet and Francesco.
That's funny because just last week my store had a whole bunch of Francescos on clearance.
Damn.
But that was up here in Canada. So
yeah. Okay. I also played a 2-year-old indie game made by a studio in the Northeast.
Is that the actual title of the game?
No.
That would be funny if it was. Hey, have you played a 2-year-old indie game made by a studio in the Northeast?
And that game, you probably haven't heard of it. It's called something like Rock Band Blitz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rock Band Blitz is a 2-year-old indie game made by a studio in the Northeast. Yeah, I kind of fell off the wagon, but it had been a while.
The Curtain Call has been feeling my rhythm game impulse.
Mine too, but I was on the Xbox for YouTube, and I guess I just had a little extra time. Too much time on my hands. Yeah, you know what? I actually do this in my real life too. Randomly bust into song. The other day at work, we were sorting our autism awareness T-shirts, and I was grabbing all the extra larges, and I came up with all the single X's, all the single X's, all the single X's.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom was like, and then my mom apologized to me because that is exactly where I get it from. And I told her, you know who you need to apologize to? Frank. Because I was doing that for 5 years. Episode 47. Harold's mom owes Frank an apology.
This is why CBG is gone now.
No, we're not going to blame my mom for ending the podcast. Heck, we're not even going to blame my singing for ending CBG.
Still, though.
Hey, Hbomb Friends. Name's right in the title. I can sing if I want. I'll sing if I want. Okay. I also got one of these. It's an iPhone 6 Plus.
The iBend with the iSheep 6.
Oh, this one.
Except Harold's is pretty straight.
Yeah, I got that on Monday. Oh, Except there is one problem. You hear that?
I hear nothing.
Exactly. I've got some. Um, yeah, today my iPhone and my drink took a little fall, and now my phone thinks the headphones are plugged in. Headphones aren't plugged in. But other than that, I really like it. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to exchange it now. But I really like the Retina HD display. I like it's big, but it's not too big. Maybe I just have huge hands.
Ham hands.
And but I really like it. So let's move on. Smash hype. So yes, this Friday.
It's like, I want it to be Friday morning already. It's serious. It's been a while since I've been this hyped for.
Been a while since I've been this hyped up over a 3DS game, and it's been a while. Again, it's my mom's fault.
Thanks, Harold's mom. Thanks, Mom Bama. No, but seriously, it's been years since I played a Smash game. Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I bust Melee and Brawl out every now and then. But yeah, every now and then I play a little Smash Bros. I don't know.
So the rest of it's gonna be.
How's it gonna be? Karaoke cat. Revenge of the Karaoke Cast. But yeah, Smash Brothers, probably one of my favorite series going right now, and I really like the fact that Nintendo put out that demo, but just made me even hungrier. I want this game. I want to play this game. I want to play this game now, damn it!
Seriously, Friday morning can't come soon enough. Yeah. Usually for like this, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to pre-order it. I'm just going to get it from the eShop at 9 o'clock the night before. But no, this time I decided I'm pre-ordering it, getting a physical copy.
I'm getting it from the eShop. Friday. And I'm not going to stay up until midnight because I got to work the next day. I got to work on Friday.
EB structure that they don't do midnight launches for Nintendo games, no matter how big.
So,
unless you live in Toronto.
So yeah, I'm probably just gonna download it as soon as I get up, and it'll be downloaded by the time I get home. Well, probably well before then, but yeah, definitely by then. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, so what are you most looking forward to?
Just Smash.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I mean,
seriously, everything, at least with the 3DS version, everything seems really good about it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they've injected quite a bit from Project Sora's other games too to kind of make this. To kind of make this a pretty good suite, and I mean it's the first portable entry in the series too. And from the demo, it seems to play very well.
And from the sounds of it, it sounds like Sakurai put it and got out just about everything he could get out of it. I mean, having to cut some features, like having to separate certain characters who had been a 2-in-1 deal, or in the just not including the ice climbers.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing too. It's so intensive for the system that it actually has to disable certain. It has to disable some extraneous features in order for it to run. And when you close it, the system has to restart. I heard, and I already also heard it's actually kind of new 3DS optimized, though. I haven't heard anything official about that. Might be kind of early for that. As well. What was the other thing I was thinking? The only thing I'm worried about is I heard from people playing the demo that local multiplayer is actually becomes very choppy. And that might be that'd be a huge problem because because what do people play Smash for? They play it for multiplayer. I mean, that was it back in the days.
Yeah. What character are you looking forward to trying out?
I haven't decided. I know I've been playing Mega Man in the demo, and I'm convinced that Mega Man Smash Attack are OP.
Yeah, I mean, I've played all 5 characters in the demo. Really like Villager and Mega Man.
It's
I
like
really want to
80%. This Mega Man, 80% down smash, boom, launch him out the top.
But yeah,
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to giving Pac-Man a try, seeing what he feels like. Little Mac, Duck Hunt Dog.
I'm interested in Shulk too, actually. Let's see how he plays. Or what's another one? I know there's more. Robin might actually garner my attention a bit. More Fire Emblem. We'll see, because now there are 4 Fire Emblem characters, and I haven't really looked into anything regarding, because I mean the game's been out in Japan for 3 weeks now. I haven't looked into much regarding how differently they play. Just as long as you don't have like Ike or people playing Ike and spamming Aether all day, should be fine.
Aether. Yeah. And I mean, some of the stages that they've included. I mean, the Pac-Man stage looks really cool for.
Someone mentioned that the Smash 4 version of Final Destination looks like something out of Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
So it's like transcending history and the world, a tale of trophies and smashes eternally retold.
Yeah, I mean the New Super Mario 2 stage. I can't remember the exact name of it, but with the coins. That's it.
Yeah, out of the NSMB theme stage.
Yeah. Particularly New Super Mario Brothers 2 because it's got the coins.
It's funny though, because I always look at the weird novelty stages, like with PictoChat or Flat Zone or Tomodachi Life.
Yeah. Oh, Tomodachi Life. That's going to be an interesting one.
I would laugh if somehow they included like the Tomodachi Life voice synthesis for your Mii fighters. I know that's not a feature as far as I know, but just the things you could come up with for that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
You suck! I don't know. But, okay, so, one of the big news items to happen this past week, apparently there's a studio working on a movie based on Tetris.
And we're done with Hollywood.
Hell?
And we are done with Hollywood. Good night, people. It's like Battleship. What are you going to do with a Tetris? It's like I just imagine
that's some sort of sci-fi epic.
It's like imagine an attack. It's like a bomb is about to hit a city, kill a whole bunch of people. How do you defend it? Create a line with blocks.
That is just, I just don't get it. And of course the Need for Speed movie. I don't get that. Not necessarily any knock against the movie itself, which I didn't see, because they could have slapped any name on that kind of thing. I mean, could have called it Fast and the Furious 8 for all I cared.
You know what? At this point, I think right now all that matters is money.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why we see movies split into two or a book split into three. Well, actually, mine with The Hobbit, I'm not
Hobbit
sure
was
how.
clearly a play for more money.
Yeah, well, I haven't completely read through The Hobbit, so I'm not sure exactly how much of the movie is true to the book, or if they just added extra, or how much added fluff is in there.
From what I understand, they stretched the hell out of it to get the 3 movies. The Hobbit is shorter than any of the 3 parts of Lord of the Rings.
Because an unexpected journey is pretty much the portion of the book that I read, and I think as a child I read that maybe the same length of time that the movie was.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I'm a fast reader.
Yeah. Yeah. At one point somebody was working on an asteroids movie. And isn't there a World of Warcraft movie in development?
Probably. Is Uwe Boll making it? Please tell me Uwe Boll's making it. We need a movie about World of Warcraft that sucks.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not Uwe Boll.
Not to mention.
Actually, come to think of it, I think at one point Sam Raimi might have been attached to it.
Not to mention the disease that goes through Hollywood, that's been going through Hollywood for a very long time now, that I call SSS, Sucky Sequel Syndrome.
Yeah, it's like they're not even. They're just not even trying anymore. And I'm worried that games are going to go the same way. I guess they kind of started to go that way.
Okay, it's like the thing is, has there been a good movie about a video game? We've had good video game themed movies like Wreck-It Ralph, but I can't recall a single good movie based off a specific video game.
I like Super Mario Brothers. But seriously,
that can be thrown in the pile with Mario's Hotel for all I care.
And the Mortal Kombats are pretty good. Street Fighter left a little to be desired. I never saw Double Dragon. I've heard that
it was Tuesday.
I've heard at least. Well, they keep making those damn Resident Evil movies.
Oh, jeez.
Never saw any of them, or Tomb Raider for that matter.
Or Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
No.
Not only did it not look like a Final Fantasy kind of title, it was just boring.
Yeah. It was a freaking tech demo.
About as tech demo-y as the intro to Final Fantasy VII on the PS3.
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII on the PS3?
Well, that was one of their tech demos back when it first launched.
Oh. But yeah, Hollywood just needs to take more risks and quit banking on sure bets.
Mm-hmm. Well, you could kind of say the same thing about gaming too.
Yeah.
It applies to both worlds. Call of
Hmm.
Duty, people. Call of Duty.
Yeah. How long before you think Activision runs Call of Duty into the ground?
It's already been run to the ground
Oh
three
yeah.
times.
Okay.
Just run into the ground every year because they know people will just continue to buy it.
Okay. Now, I guess we got a little bit of time. What was it you were talking about earlier about launch day issues?
Um, it it's kind it's I guess it's not that hard to explain, but I mean with Forza Horizon 2, there's been a number of issues with the game's launch so far. The servers have been slow or not responsive during it's like during peak hours pretty much, which actually before I comment on that, that would kind of go against what I was getting on. Certain things weren't working properly. VIPs complaining that they weren't getting their perks, other things like that. And I keep looking back and I look at other game launches over the past year or two, especially those that involve some sort of connectivity. And I know with Forza Horizon 2, these issues are actually bleeding into the single player game where post race I'm sitting looking at a screen doing nothing for about 15 to 30 seconds when I should get an instant response out of it. And it got me thinking. We have in the last couple of years we've come to a point where social media has taken over. Our games have shown that there's always some sort of connectivity in there to bring everything together, even in a single player experience. Yet for some reason they can't get the launch correct.
Yeah.
Even with me, I pre-ordered it digitally, and right off the bat, they had issues with people's pre-orders not unlocking. It it's like people could go into the Xbox store and buy the game right at 12:01 Eastern, but those who pre-ordered the games couldn't run their games because it was still locked. And it took about 4 or 5 hours for them to fix that.
That sucks.
So, and I mean, the way I see it, and I keep thinking, we've had this for a couple of years now, and it's like, so why is the quality of our launch days for a lot of these AAA titles made by big studios that probably have the money to get it right?
Oh,
Why
on
are these
Twitter.
launches
Yeah.
why are these launches comparable to that of an F2P MMO?
Yeah. Okay. Change the subject a little bit on Twitter here. Will Wheaton tweeted, "They're making a Tetris movie." I find that a little puzzling.
Here's your sunglasses, Will Wheaton. Oh, actually, here's your sunglasses, Will Wheaton. Now just hit that instant CSI button.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, and my biggest thing is day one patches. I hate it.
Yeah, especially since the game's supposed to go gold
Hmm.
before it gets pressed. It
Hmm.
feels like a rush to launch a game.
Hmm.
And that's what it is. It's deadlines. It's like they want to get the game out to people, so they press the game, but they continue working on it in a day one update. But for me, day one updates aren't the issue. It's more like nowadays it's just DLC, and there are some games that handle DLC very well. Like I think Mario Kart 8's DLC was handled great, but games like the whole Destiny thing where people have discovered potential on this DLC is not. And this has been a huge thing for consumers for a very long time now. And I don't go I don't buy a whole lot of DLC. I'll say that much. There are certain games where it's like, yeah, it's like I want to extend the game's experience, so I don't mind spending a few bucks. But most of them is kind of like this is a cash grab. They're locking stuff on my disc, on a disc that I paid for, which they want me to pay more for. And especially in the day and age where up here in Canada, new releases are going for $65, $70. It's like, how can you call this affordable?
Exactly. Okay. So I guess let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Before it gets too hairy.
Yeah. hbombandfriends.libsyn.com, hbomb and hbombandfriends.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all/hbombandfriends, iTunes, Stitcher, Twitter's USF Hbomb, Hbomb and Friends, Woofy17, Friend and Podcast Shoutouts, Mustache Gamers, Irrational Passions, Game Enthused, Fantastic Neighborhood, Retro Function Podcast, DMGIce.com, Radio, Retro Dick Radio, Podcast 64, ReclamationBrewing.com. They're making some progress there at Reclamation Brewing. Got their building permits, they're building, they're trying to get their licensing. Also, Cross-Border Gaming. We're not making any more new episodes, but there's 180 old ones you can check out. I'm also doing Walk Now for Autism Speaks. walknowforautismspeaks.org/SW Florida/HPrice. Give me money.
Give me money.
And if you would rather give me money for something else, I'm also doing Extra Life, extra-life.org. Look for Harold Price. There's a Hbomb and Friends Podcast 64 team if you want to join, and I will be streaming for Extra Life. I haven't decided what I'm streaming. You know what? If you give me money, you can pick whatever I'm streaming. But Matt, if you want me to play Fez, you're gonna have to pay a lot. And Pat, that goes the same with you in Skyrim.
It had to make a donation to Phil Fish.
Oh, fuck.
It made no sense whatsoever. Forget that.
Yeah. I take that back. I mean, apparently I was friends with Phil Fish in another life. I don't know. At least according to Phil. Wesley. And while we're talking about Phil, the guy's named Phil, thank you to Phil Theobald for our Skitching Guy bumper. Skitch it up! So, thank you, Adam.
Anytime.
And thank you for listening. And everything is fine. Holy shit, we got through a whole show without Google acting up.
It's like SwiftKey tweeted out, how does SwiftKey complete this famous lyric for you? Oops, and it's like, mine is, oops, I am a beautiful person who is the best way to get 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 the best way.
Okay, so I guess this is where we do our type.
I did it again.
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't think it was a good sign when the double clicks during their stream, they had a disconnect. But of course, they were also in a hotel in Boston.
It's not just you anymore.
Yeah. But it was still a good live stream once I got going again. I like the double clicks. Good music, good message. Okay, so let's talk titles. I wish I knew some Klingon. He can turn right, but he can't turn left. Billy Joe Armstrong, you can wake up now. Ow, my eye! Go fly a kite. Well, oh, single Lexus. Oh, single Lexus. Harold's Mama's rank an apology. The eye bend. How do you defend it? Create a line with blocks. SSX, Sucky Sequel Syndrome, and now hit that instant CSI button. Well, any
Oh,
thoughts?
this is a tough one. I can tell you that much. I can't do all the single X's, all the single X's. I cannot work my voice that much to make it sound authentic.
I can do it. H-bomb and all the single X's. That's really the only one that really works with H-bomb and anyway. I guess you could do H-bomb and the I bend, but nah.
See,
Or ow my eye?
H bomb and ow my eye. Or Billy Joe Armstrong, you can wake up now.
Well, fuck them.
Jeez. Or Harold's mom owes Frank an apology.
You know what? Let's do that.
H-bomb and ow my eye, or Harold's mom owes Frank an apology.
H-bomb and all the single X's.
Oh jeez.
All the single X's.
And
All the single... Thank you for changing that. Are you ready? I guess. Yeah. I guess you're doing.
You do number 2 because that's how it works. It works better that way.
Okay. Okay. Kick it off.
Okay. You're listening to Hbomb Friends, episode 47.
H-bomb and all the single X's. All the single X's.
Or Harold's mom owes Frank an apology.
Thank you.